Hey, what's up guys? I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4s. We are playing with Catholic Mexico. So today is going to be a shorter episode. Obviously it's coming up pretty late. I already addressed that in our community section, comment in the community section, so I won't reiterate why we're a bit late today. But because of that, because it is going to be so late, probably won't be coming out to this evening, considering the fact that it is almost 4 o'clock when I'm recording this here. So since I'm recording it so late, we're going to do a probably a 41, 42 minute video, somewhere around there, so that I can get it, uploaded and edited, uploaded, rendered, all that good stuff a little bit quicker. So before we get started over in our part of the world, did want to show that the invasion here, the Allied invasion of Italy, is going quite well. They are almost to Rome. So that's obviously good for the Allies, but you'll notice that there's one division still defending the border with the Americans. And I've been trying to give these guys all the help that I could by not going to war early with them, when they were just not as strong as they could be. And then obviously, we've had many opportunities where we could attack an undefended border and potentially, take much of their territory. And before they were able to get down here and defend it, but I've been trying to help them out, and they just the AIs just kind of fell in here. Like, you've got the Americans know they have a fascist country on their southern border that has already attacked many other countries, and it's just really surprising that they haven't reacted to that and decided to actually defend their territory. So we could easily declare war and conquer a ton of their territory right now if we so desired. I'm going to give them a chance to defend it, but eventually we have to declare war on them. And I think that's the main reason why they have refused to join the war against us, is because they don't have any troops on their border. I don't know if the AI considers that, but maybe. So let's go ahead and get this started. Remember, we're doing the invasion of these 3 islands, and then next we're going to invade Cuba. I think we have to get that focus, get the war goal, or use it through here. It's not very long to get, so we'll wait to get it since it does expire. And we'll need to get all these invasions planned. I also sent 2 more divisions in there. I don't know that 8 will be enough. We might actually want to pull a couple more. So we'll do that here. We'll do that now, actually. But let's first go and get a tech selected. So we got the infantry equipment, so we'll have to get that updated in our production screen. What do we want to get next? Well, we could always do the Empeys, so that we can get those into our divisions. That'd always be an option, but then just see what else is available, since that obviously will save us some manpower and equipment from our garrisons. But there's a lot of other stuff we want to get. Did we ever get? We did not get the aircraft designer. That's right, we were waiting on getting that. So we don't want to research any planes just yet. We'll wait on that. Although, you know what we could do? We could see what this gives bonuses for. Now, obviously, it's going to speed up anything we do. It's only for the fighters, so you really only have to get it for them. But of course, you can research much quicker if we had that. Let me just see if there's anything else we can get. We could do radar. That would actually be pretty helpful, and I've been talking about getting radar. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and finally get radar, so that we can build some radar stations. Now, I don't know when we'll be able to build those, since we're still working on fortifications. I don't even know if we should even go any higher than level 5 right now, simply because, we're not... I guess we'll go to level 3 here in these ones, and maybe get up to like level 2 in these ones, so we could use that tactic. Though I don't even know if we're going to need to use that tactic. At this point, it just feels like they're not going to defend their territory, so they're just not going to be an issue. So one thing I want to do here is go ahead and change this out just a little bit. We're going to take 2 units out of here, and then assign them to the Red Army, and then we'll just take 2 of these Green Army divisions and put them into the... we don't even need to do that. These are all cruddy. We'll just take two divisions, and let's see which ones we want. I guess we'll take this guy here, put him into the Red Army, and then this guy here, and they can rebalance the situation as they feel is needed. So I'm going to bring these guys over here. So we almost have these invasions done. We'll likely just invade from these islands. I assume that they shouldn't have any trouble with attrition. Yeah, because there's not enough divisions here to really cause any issues. So we quickly conquered all these. It didn't take very long. I think we still have some dudes selling over here. So I guess we'll let them get onto their port, and then we're going to go ahead and set up these and our agent forced into hiding. Okay. Alright, both of them are forced into hiding. Okay, so was that because of that mission? I think that's what happened. We must have failed the mission that we were doing where we were trying to steal their cipher. Not really surprising. I was hoping that we would succeed there, but yeah, it looks like that's not the case. Alright, so let's go and get this invasion planned. We suppose we could just go after the capital there. We could also go after this port. You know what? I think we're just going to target the capital. Do we want to have... Let's do 2 separate invasions of 5 divisions each. And we could just hit... Let me take a look at this. I think we should just hit the capital and see if we can succeed with an attack on the capital. And you know, we'll probably go ahead and send them all from our homeland so that we can just send them in one invasion. I think that'd be the best way to do this. So we actually want to go ahead and select all these guys. And we'll just have them invade from here. I was going to have them invade from there, but I am a little bit worried about attrition if I have them all in the same army. We're not going to defend those islands. You know, the Americans can take it back if they so desire. You know, if they decide to send troops on naval invasions of those islands rather than defend their own borders, then that's not very wise, and we'll let them do it, because overall it will be beneficial to us. We do need to take a look at this. We already know that we failed it. So the submarine waited at the agreed upon extraction point for several hours, but no message was received from the shore indicating that our team was ready for our extraction. The crew reported increased enemy activity on the shore during that period. Oh, so we did complete the mission. Our team found the previously scouted trail and proceeded to cross the border without further problems. Small commando unit successfully raided a radio station and managed to obtain copies of the current cipher before it could be destroyed. So we did get the bonus. All right, excellent. And all right, so that's pretty good. If we were to just take a look and see how much that sped that up on our cryptology here, 865 days. Now, last time we looked at that, it was 1,600. It has been some time since then, so you know it was only a 30% bonus, but overall sped it up by quite a bit, guys. So with our political power, I think we're gonna go and get the aircraft designer next. I really want to get that. How much is that going to be? Let's take a look. It's probably full 150. We don't have any discounts for that. Could also change up our manpower laws. At this point, I don't really feel like it's necessary. I mean, if we're not going to fight anybody on the borders, then what's it matter? What do you need? What do we need manpower for? And let's see if these guys are going to be ready here. 70 days. I almost want to go and just split the invasion up into 2 so we don't have to wait as long. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. And then we can invade from this port. I wasn't going to do it this way, but I suppose this is going to be the best way to do this, frankly. Or we could just hit both ports up just to kind of see which one ends up being successful. I suppose that's what we'll do. And let's go ahead and assign these 5 here, if I can. It doesn't want to let me. Not entirely sure why it's not letting me assign them. Sometimes I have issues with this, though. Like where it just doesn't want to let me assign divisions when you're at the cap already. So what we need to do is pull these guys out and then assign them. All right, there we go. So we'll hit both of the ports up. I was gonna just do just the capital, but just in case they have, we know they have divisions there. You can see that they do. Oh, we need to see how much longer this is gonna take now. 35 days. So we still have to wait the full 30 something. So we got time because this is 25 days. So let's go ahead and do this now. Let's get the Wargle, and then we'll attack immediately after we got the planning done. I don't expect it to be too difficult of an attack, hopefully. Again, sometimes it can be kind of hard to get a port, I suppose, and we want to add areas to them. Oops. They are set to patrol, right? Yeah, they're set to patrol. Let's go and have, if I can just click on these guys, there we go. I'm sitting here left clicking instead of right clicking like a moron. We need to add the Caribbean there so that we can do the second invasion. I'm surprised we were actually able to invade here, because of the fact that we weren't patrolling this area. Did I invade from this port? Maybe. Maybe that's the reason why I was able to do it. So we got the Signal Company 3s. Let's see what we want to get next. We're still far enough from 1943 to really justify getting those 1943 techs yet. I think what we're going to get is we do have anti-air and anti-tank in our units now in that 40-wick division design, which I did name. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Let's go and get MPs. We'll get those. I don't know when we'll have the experience to actually add them. But yeah, let's show you guys the names. So these are based on your guys' suggestions. So we named the mountain troops Cristeros, and then we named the 40 Wick division design Los Demonios. So this is the demons. And thus I picked a little monster looking guy here. That's the closest thing to a demon we have. This is typically what we often have as our 40 Wick division icon as well. And we do have the experience to go ahead and add the infantry here, so we will. Take a little bit of extra manpower, but that's okay. Alright. So, just waiting for the war goal now, which we will get. Let's take a look at this. On the 14th of October. So just 2 weeks away. And then we will invade the Cubans. Now, I don't know if 10 divisions is going to be enough to defeat them. I don't know how much they have. Frankly, I don't really care. We're just going to invade them, and hopefully it works out. If it doesn't, then maybe I'll need to send more divisions. But right now I'm planning for 10 to be enough. I'm looking for our air wings, guys. Here they are. So we are still training these guys up because they're still getting men. But I think we're going to assign both of these guys. I don't know if they'll be able to reach, but let's take a look and see what they can reach. Yeah, it looks like they'll be able to provide us coverage there for the attack. So we did get the new artillery. So we'll have to get those built. I suppose we could go ahead and start upgrading. We'll start with anti-air. I think that's probably more important. So we'll go ahead and start upgrading those. And let's go and get the artillery updated as well. And get the new guns out there. We're a little bit short on tungsten. We're not going to trade for that right now, though. We got some free dockyards to go ahead and add to the submarines. As far as how many submarines we got built so far, I'm not seeing any. You would think we would have some at this point. Where are they at? Yeah, we have 10 submarines. But I don't know where I put them. Oh, they're right here. Okay, I was thinking that they're along here somewhere. Here we are. So we have 10 of these guys, so we could go ahead and get them doing some naval training, get their experience up. 10 total submarines built, so not too bad there. I'm going to get those guys out there training. We could also assign an admiral here. I never did that. We got 2 available here, and so it's really a question of which one do we want to lead the main fleet and which one do we want to lead the submarines. Submarines typically don't have any issue. This guy's a level 2. Submarines typically don't have any issue getting experience for the commander because they're out there fighting so much. So I almost want to give him the old guard guy. And he also has the better retreating and fleet coordination. I think we're going to give him the level 3. Yeah, and also you notice that this media personality, if he has the pride of the fleet, then he has bonuses. So yeah, I think the submarines will in fact be in charge, have the better admiral. We'll use the crittier one here, slightly worse. So that's what we'll do, because again, he has that trait that's going to make him slower in gaining experience. And I find that you don't really have too much difficulty gaining experience with the submarine commanders just because they're just so active on sinking convoys. And I do think we should be able to really wreak havoc on the Allied convoy system with our submarines. Especially with so many dockyards put towards the submarines. We could build quite a submarine fleet up. Typically, you know, I only put like maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 dockyards on submarines until the later game where you're like swimming in dockyards. So Moscow's fallen. We can go ahead and take a look what's going on with all the invasions and stuff. It looks like the Allied invasion is now being pushed back into the sea, though there is another one that's hit on the eastern coast of Italy. As far as the situation against Russia, you know, as we expected, the Germans are doing quite well, and the Axis are doing quite well overall. There is an invasion of India here. Okay, wait, so you had the Indian People's Republic, which is in the Comintern, and they have control of most of the country. That is interesting. I was not expecting to see that. So the British Raj here and the Allies has very little territory. You got a little bit of invasion down there in the south as well. As far as like what the Japanese are doing, looks like they're just trying to get all the Dutch East Indies kind of wrapped up here. And now they're also invading New Zealand. So it'll basically be Australia standing alone here. I suppose there's also Singapore. There's New Zealand capitulating now. Oh yes, that's right. We got our invasion ready. So let's go ahead and get this done. These guys should be done planning. No, they're not. We have 3 more days, and then we can do the invasion. So yeah, we'll hit Cuba up, and hopefully this invasion works, because I'm not sending many troops. That is not a lot of troops, guys. We did finish building all those fortifications. Excellent. So what I really want to start working on, I guess we'll take a look at the forts one more time, make sure that this is good. It feels fine. I think we're all right. So let's go ahead and I suppose if we wanted to make sure that they could get into here, we might want to build that one up one more. Yeah, I suppose we'll build that one up. And then let's just do military factories because we definitely have a need for military factories. Might not want to build down here since we don't get full control of all the factories down there. Not yet, anyway. Not until we take those decisions. So we're just going to have to build in some 40% locations. I suppose that's fine. I mean, they're going to build slow, but really nothing to be done about it. And we've been building that 30% location. So we'll go ahead and get ourselves some, get some more factories. And are we done with this training yet? Yeah, looks like we're done. However, we do not control these sea zones enough to actually be able to do the invasion. So that's unfortunate. What we might need to do is take these submarines and then have them help us out in these areas, just temporarily, to get control of these sea zones. That's green now, so hopefully we should be able to do it. I don't know that we can do it with the yellow zone. Let's take a look. No, we cannot. We need to get it a little bit higher. We might just have to not do the Caribbean Sea invasion and maybe just put them all in one invasion. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and send these guys. And as soon as they're into the sea, we'll pull the submarines back. We did get our national focus done. That's purge the bureaucracy. Gives us some much needed stability. We get a new general. We'll have to take a look at how good he is. And then of course we get him, Escobar, as a advisor as well. So what do we want to do next? You know, somebody mentioned the international struggle, said, you know, don't forget about that. This does absolutely nothing for us at this point, guys, because, you know, there's no tension limits right now because we're at 100% world tension. And then, of course, with the volunteers, we can already send volunteers, but we can't do that because we're at war. Can't send volunteers at war. So there's really no point in getting that, with the only exception being that you could then get the Hispanic culture, which would allow us to get 10% mobilization speed. I suppose that's useful, but not our best option, guys. So other options, of course, we have all the military ones that we haven't even touched yet. Those would be helpful to get, especially with how late it is, and those are research bonuses. But what else do we have? Well, we have the Fortify the Canal. We can get those war goals here against the... let me see if this bypasses. Yeah, it looks like this doesn't have a bypass. And so we're going to have to do it no matter what. Let me just see if there's anything that would stop us from taking it. It doesn't look like it. So we could do this 70 days here to get the war goal against them. That's really not the best way to do it, though. And we want to be able to integrate the Caribbeans. We do need to go that way. Just looking for other possible options here that we might want to do. Alright, so none of those are all that beneficial to us just yet. Because again, the political power situation is still pretty bad. We could go for this one. This is more mobilization speed and then allows us to get those civilian factories. And most importantly, the extra manpower. I think we're going to go ahead and do that, guys. Let's go with this one. We don't need the daily fascism support. We're at 96% fascist support right now, so not needed. But we will take it. The mobilization speed's, you know, somewhat helpful. So these guys are not leaving onto their invasion. That's strange, right? I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, why they aren't leaving. Huh. Like, I understand that they're not going that way because we lost naval supremacy there. But why aren't these ones leaving? Oh, shit, because I didn't declare war. I'm a dummy. I'm so stupid, guys. I didn't declare war on the Cubans yet. That makes perfect sense. Alright, well, let's go ahead and... We've lost control here. That's strange that it went so red. And who is here? Like, what enemy ships are here? That's what I don't understand. And it's also, like, noting that, you know, we don't have, like, any ships here for whatever reason. Huh. I'm not entirely sure why it's red there. Now, I do know why we didn't do the invasion, because obviously we didn't declare war. Alright, well, this is what we're going to do. Let's just go ahead and declare war, guys. And it does look like the Americans will come into this, so this will start the conflict. So let's go ahead and call our allies in. Let's take a look and see if the Americans are on the border at all. They're not, so let's just... Well, we need this invasion to start. because if the Americans bring their ships down here, yeah, we're in trouble then. Okay, so it looks like what's going on here is the British have sent some ships. So that's what the problem is. So what we need to do, now that the British are here, let's go ahead and get our naval bombers out there. We'll have them fly overhead here. They're still training, so that's why we can't do that. And let's go ahead and do the naval strike and help out on sinking those submarines that are currently, out here causing us some issues. Letting us, keeping us from getting control of the Florida coast. How much longer do we have? Because we'll just have to force the war by December. Yeah, we have till December. So if this doesn't happen, then we just have to declare war. Yeah, that was my bad, guys. We had it green on both sides, and then I didn't declare war, and that's what happened. So we did get the aircraft designer now, so that's been knocked out. There we go. So we have it green. They can both go. Let's go ahead and declare war. And we'll also throw these guys into this task force here. Let's go and declare war while we can. And we're going to call our allies in, and we do expect that the Americans will likely be pulled in. I guess we'll see. Obviously, Cuba has joined the allies. Let's see if they haven't honored it. So they're still not at war with us. So these guys are now taking off. And hopefully they don't get sunk out there, given that we don't have a whole lot of production out there. And I don't know what the Cubans have as far as a fleet goes. I didn't even bother checking. I suppose we can look now at their fleet. They have 0 ships. Okay, so that's not a problem then. We can also put our planes actually flying overhead. We assigned them, but then didn't give them a mission. So let's go ahead and have them doing that. And we will also do the more ground crews. Because, I mean, we have it available. We can invite Nationalist Spain into the faction. That's interesting. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Why would we not? So Spain will be under Mexico now. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I really like that. I like that idea. Let's do that. So we're going to go ahead and bring them into the faction. So yeah, that would have been awesome if we could have got Portugal in the into our faction as well. But yeah, unfortunately they're already in the Axis. But yeah, I wasn't expecting them to come into our faction. We did know that they were going to get rid of that modifier around here. It's a good thing we sent the invasion over here because, as you can see, we are failing on the one into the capital. The AI tends to defend their capital a little bit better, so not surprising. So now we have the Spanish into this conflict. The British could attack them there, as could the Americans, so that's something to consider. Once we go to war, they could be in a vulnerable position. It does seem like they do have a lot of troops here, guys. And we'll keep this going briefly. Yeah, it looks like we've already felt it. So let's go and delete this. And then let's just send them all over to here. One of them's retreating, so he won't be able to come over here just yet. I don't know if I can just stop him. There we go. And then have him come over to this port. Alright, excellent. Alright, so let's go ahead and get moving. We don't want our port taken, so we'll keep 2 troops there. We'll go like so. Get Guantanamo taken. And Gibraltar has fallen because the Spanish are now pulled into the conflict. So they will no longer have that invasion point. The Americans won't, which doesn't leave them much as far as doing invasions. Just the couple of islands they have left over here that the British are holding, and that's all they have left to launch invasions. So I'm really hoping 10 divisions is going to be enough. Kind of feeling like it's not going to be enough. It does look like they have. I never did look at what they had, but let's take a look at their troop numbers. 60-17. That's probably not enough for them to stop us, I think. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that. And how much manpower could they have? Well, apparently they were able to stop those two divisions attacking into those hills. We need to get a planning bonus. That's what we need. So at least they'll be sitting there getting that planning bonus. We don't want to attack with these divisions here across that way. What we need to do is have this guy go over here. Until we get the rest of the divisions, we might not be able to push forward. And it is also unfortunate that they are currently entrenching this entire time as well. Let's make sure the Americans haven't joined. No, not yet. We're still not at war with them. Very, very strange. Some people have cited the fact that Americans love Mexican food as perhaps being the reason why they have not been very interested in attacking us, which sounds like an authentic reason to me. Maybe that's why. I mean, we do actually have we trade a lot with Mexico. Quite a bit with Mexico, so yeah, maybe that's what the deal is. And I think we should be safe to move everybody here and across this river, and we'll just go and start pushing forward with all of our troops. And if they want to attack us, we will let them. And then we should be able to get this done fairly quickly. In fact, let's just go and send them all the way across. Again, should be an easy conquest here. We also have a military factory that we either finished building or we took from the Cubans. So let's go ahead and get this aside. I do want to get that infantry equipment updated, but there's just so many other things that we need, guys. So many other things. For instance, the naval bomber numbers are nowhere near what they need to be. And we are short in steel and tungsten. How are we doing on factories? I suppose we'll go ahead and trade for both of these. We'll trade with the Portuguese. Or you know what? We should probably trade with Bolivia here. And then with the steel, we'll, I guess, continue trading with the Germans. Could give the Italians a little bit of love, I suppose. Yeah, let's go ahead and trade with the Italians. They could use the factory. And that's just because we're building military factories right now, so we know that the resource situation is only going to get worse. But yeah, making good progress again. I don't expect to have any major resistance until maybe we get to Havana. We know that there's a lot of divisions there, but even then, I feel like we should be able to win pretty easily. At that point, we're already through the hills. You know, they had a little bit of hills right here, but already through the hills, so I think it's easy going from here on out. And then I guess we'll go to war with the Americans. We'll put our troops over there. I think we'll leave some troops here to defend. Well, we won't leave these guys here. These are full 20 wit divisions, so we won't leave them here. We do have the ability to get the infantry experts, so we'll get that. And we got the logistic company researched as well for those 40 wit division designs, though we are lacking the army experience to change them up there. So one thing left to get here, so we can go and go after the recon companies, and I suppose we will. I don't think there's anything else. Obviously, I don't want to add these guys here yet until we actually have them in the division design. We are close enough to 1943 to go and start working on 1943 text, though. Maybe we should do that first. Yeah, let's go and work on the 1943 text. I think that'd be smart. And get that knocked out. So, just about done there with the capital. They will capitulate to us. And then we can change this up a bit. We also can deploy this guy. He's ready to go. So let's go ahead and get him going. And you know what? Let's go ahead and actually add another unit there. I know that we're kind of short on manpower, but that's okay. We're about to get more manpower from, a variety of different means. And then this guy's going to go in the Red Army. We're going to be using him. So for right now, let's just put him in his own army so that he can sit here and train. And what we'll do is we'll shift-click that training. All right. So yeah, just waiting for this to finish up here. And we can start integrating as well. Is that what we want to do now? I know we need to change up the manpower laws. But we are about to get the Synarchist youth here. I guess that is kind of a ways away. But we would also get manpower from coring this territory. So I think we should start working on coring, guys. I think that would be the best way to do this. And there are several countries that we can integrate with the 25 political power rather than the 50. I don't know if this will help us since we don't own it. We're just occupying it. I imagine that it being the core would still give us the advantages of it being a core. It's just that you don't get the full use of it since we don't control it, of course. So let's go and integrate Belize first. I had a foster mom who is from Belize. I didn't live there very long. I lived in their house for, I don't know, maybe 4 months or something like that. They're a nice couple, Christian couple, but I was a little bit too rowdy for them at that time. I was not a good kid, so not everybody could tolerate me. I was nice to them, of course, but I did get in trouble in school, and that was a little bit much for them. All right, so we are done here. Let's go ahead and move the troops back. But yeah, she was a really nice lady, and her cooking was delicious, but good God, was it spicy. Ooh, God, spicy food, man. And we're going to bring these guys to garrison this as well. And what we'll do is we'll just take some of the troops off that green front, because I think we have enough to cover every province. I don't plan on defending these, though, as I said before. We won't defend that. So we need a total of 20 divisions now. We have 18, so we just need to take 2 of these. And I want to say we have... Well, actually, we don't. We don't have... Okay. We'll just take these guys. But I was thinking that we had enough for every province, but apparently that is not the case. We need to build some more of those units, frankly. But I am kind of worried about the manpower situation. But yeah, we're going to go to war with America next, guys. It probably won't be this episode since we only got a little bit of time left. But yeah, I think we're just going to go to war with them. As far as justifying a war goal, it would take probably not very long, I would assume. Like, let's say we wanted to claim California here. 10 days, 2 political power. So basically, whenever we're ready, we can make that happen. We're doing much better on support equipment now, so that's good to see. Let's see where we want to put this factory. Now, obviously, we do need to get these built up a bit higher, so maybe we should do that so that we can actually build those units. Again, lacking the army experience, so that's something to consider. That we won't be able to change it up just yet. Let's go and get another infantry unit into here. Remember, we still have to get 2 more to get them up to 40 width. And what we're going to do next, send this red army over here and just get them ready to help out on the invasion. I guess the question is, which way do we want to hit the hardest? Going up this coast here or going this way? I suppose we want to go this way since we want complete control of the Gulf, so getting over here to Florida would be really good. I don't want to do a naval invasion because the moment we go to war with the Americans, they'll bring their ships down here and then we won't be doing any invasions, I can tell you that right now. So let's just go ahead and put them over here where we had them before. I had it flip it out there for a second, not sure what was going on there. But yeah, we'll put them right here. Again, that's not a good spot if they actually defend their borders. That'd be a terrible spot if they actually defend their borders. And then what we can do is throw the red army in there. I don't think or throw this guy into the red army. I don't think we'll wait. And for him to finish training, I don't see any reason for that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take a red army division, put them onto this front here, that purple front. All right, I didn't take the best one, did I? Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't take like a very highly experienced unit that I want to keep in that red army. All right, so we do have unfulfilled import request from the Italians. It looks like they've lost more of their territory. We'll have to take a look and see what's going on over there. I suppose we can give the Hungarians a factory. Oops. We might not need to, actually. Oh, wait, that's because I just pulled. Yeah, that's right. There we go. All right, so just taking a look at what's going on with Italy. Yeah, they have had an invasion at Naples, so they lost this steel there. All right. So yeah, plenty of invasions hitting the weak underbelly of Europe here, hitting the Italians up, as they typically do. We can see that the Spanish are flooding across the ocean to come over here and help out in our conflicts. So we'll have the Spanish assistance. I do worry that they're not leaving enough troops in their homeland in case the Allies invade. They could be in a pickle. We did get the radios, radio detection. So let's go and go with the next one. We're going to continue going down these. And then let's go and get the radars stations, because I think this would be quite helpful. Let's go and put one here. Nope. Maybe one right here, and then again, the radar coverage is going to be quite limited initially. So we'll build 3 out over here, and then 1 right here. These initial radar don't really do much. They don't really have the range to help out much. But we're getting those level 2s currently researched, so we'll be able to get those building. So we only have about maybe 10 more minutes, maybe not even that. Get all of our Red Army troops here, and I'm just going to attack the Americans. It kind of sucks that they're not defending their territory. I was hoping we'd have a nice, good fight, and we're going to duke it out, and it's going to be challenging. Now, I do expect that once we invade, they'll rush troops over here. But yeah, if they're not going to defend their territory, I mean, how much can I give them? Like, how much help can I give the AI here? You know, we ticked them up by 2 points to make them more, challenging, which they are America, so they don't even need that because they're already, they have so many resources of manpower and factories, so they really didn't even need that. And where are those Red Army troops? That's all I'm really waiting on here. And I'm also giving them time to put troops on the border, but you know what? They're just not. I don't know if they are defending their ports or if they really sent all of their troops across the sea. I would hope not. Remember, they are fighting both the Japanese and the Germans and Italians over there in Europe, so maybe they sent all their troops across. Again, I'm hoping that's not the case. So we also have more air wings in our stockpile that we could get out there. So let's go and get another factory under infantry equipment so we can get that older equipment updated. Also, we have a dockyard that we can get assigned. Let's go and have all of them assigned here to submarines, since that's really all we have. We'll have to trade with the Germans for more steel. And let's go ahead and get our planes out there. Now, we do have these guys here. I suppose we can stop them flying overhead. In fact, let's put them here, so they'll bomb any planes that are, excuse me, any ships that are over the Florida coast. So put the planes there, and then we'll also get, let's see how we want to do this. Go ahead and get another air wing and naval bombers going, whatever we got here, and then just put them up to 100. And then we'll train them up. And then with the fighter and the close air support, let's go ahead and move these up closer. Do we not have an air base up here? It seems we do not. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. But we're about to get an air base in Texas, so I'm not even going to bother building one. We'll just move these over here for now. And then what we can do is probably move these 5 here, just even get rid of them since we're not even building tactical bombers. And that'll allow us to get those 200 more fighters out there. Alright, excellent. Alright, so what are we waiting on? I guess we're not really waiting on anything. I suppose we could just go to war whenever we want at this point, couldn't we? Yeah, I guess we could. There's not really anything else to wait on. Yeah, let's just go and declare war, guys. Just find the war goal, declare war, because these guys aren't going to defend their territory. And, like, I mean, I guess we'll go for, I don't remember which one's worth more, Texas or California, in the peace treaty. I guess we'll go for California, make sure that we get that. We don't need to have Texas, although it doesn't really seem like it matters how much we do here. Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. So we could even claim all of it. Remember, this does make it cheaper in the peace treaty if you have a claim on it. It does, of course, result in us having more war goal, world tension that we've increased everything by. So we'll just go for that. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You know, we can take anything we want. But again, it does make it cheaper in the peace treaty, so that's why I went for more than one. So that's 10 days away, guys. 10 days away. We're going to declare war here in 1943 against the Americans, who are being completely silly and not defending against their fascist southern neighbors. And we have so much assistance from our allies. Look at all these troops that are along the border here. It's not going to be good for them. We're going to get those 2 more civilian factories, and we'll go ahead and integrate the. Well, do we want to do that? I mean, it's 25 political power, but Panama Canal doesn't really. It doesn't really give us anything. Now, we actually own that, so we do want to core it, but it's one little tiny province, so it probably doesn't have much manpower, doesn't have any factories at all, so there's no real reason to do that right now. We'll wait to do it. We've got other things that are better, I think. So when do we get the war goal done? Let's just take a look. Oh, and somebody wanted me to take a look at their troop numbers and stuff, so we'll look at that here in a second. 11th of January, so we're almost there. So let's take a look. So division numbers very wide here. We have no idea how much they actually have. 100 something perhaps? Probably about 100 something, I guess. So not many for America yet. Remember, they did take the slower route to building up, and also they could have lost troops. They probably did lose troops actually in these invasions. Yeah, I bet they lost a lot of troops in those invasions, and they could have also lost troops going across the Atlantic. But overall, yeah, not quite as many as I thought they'd have. I thought they'd be around 200 something by this point, since they did go with the slower route on their focus tree. Ships, they've got maybe 300, so that's a little bit less too. I wonder how many the British have. They've probably got about 300 or so too. I imagine this is from the war with the Japanese. Just taking a look. The very wide numbers here. We have no idea how many they have. How about the Italians? I assume that their navy's destroyed. Just about. Germans, not much of a navy either. And then, of course, looking at the Air Force, we have no idea how large the Air Force is, but we can assume that it's probably very large. All right, so we're just waiting until the 11th of January, and we're going to declare war on the Americans, and it looks like this is not going to be, you know what, I don't want to say speak too soon. I would say this is not going to be very, like, you know, climatic. It's going to be really easy. I don't want to say that because it's America. And while they don't have any troops on their borders, that doesn't mean they don't have any troops in America. And they could come down here with a bunch of troops and defend their territory. There's also the fact that they vastly outnumber us in the air. It's one thing when we're going to be on the defense and we're only going to be trying to control one air zone where they would be really far away and wouldn't have very many air bases to use. And so I thought that we could definitely control the skies here in the Sierra Madre. However, when we're going on offensive and we're going into multiple zones, you have to stretch your air force out. There's no way that we're going to be controlling the skies if the Americans want to compete with us. So we won't control the skies. Obviously, they'll control the seas. We don't have a lot of naval bombers. They will be able to just launch naval invasions with impunity. There's not really much I can do to stop that other than to hope that our one divisions defend their ports effectively. We'll bomb them with our naval bombers, but we don't have enough of them to really destroy the fleet just yet. So they will control the sea, they will control the skies, no matter what. So that's something to consider. And it's America. They got so much manpower, so much equipment. So I'm not going to count them out yet. But I don't know, man. They don't have a single division over here defending their territory. And so what we're going to do is go ahead and let the AI take over while there's nobody defending, so that it's hopefully faster. With the Red Army, I suppose we'll just manually control them, and we should probably stop these guys from training in this Red Army here. And so, yeah, we'll just go ahead and invade with them. The Purple Army, we'll just go ahead and tell them to go. And I don't know that we need to... Oh, this is what we need to do. We'll take one of these guys and put them onto here so we're a full 24 divisions. We still got this guy training up over here. We won't build any more troops because we're still kind of lacking on manpower. And we'll just manually control the Red Army. With this army, we'll try and go as fast as we can. Now, we have no fast units. Absolutely no fast units, guys. So you can expect that this is going to be slow. Very, very slow. Because all we have is the infantry. So we have pulled everybody into this conflict. And you can kind of see... And I think everybody in our faction has agreed to join it. Yeah, it looks like it. And yeah, you see America is at war with the world. Not in a good situation. Here's how the Japanese look. They're at war with everybody too. And here's how we look. Not as bad. Just at war with the Allies right now. So everybody else is at war with, you know, so many different countries. And these guys are both going after San Diego, so you should be able to grab that. Just making sure that all of my people are doing some stuff. And because we are below 50%, we're going to get those nasty, nasty events, guys. I've talked about these many times. I've been criticized about my fear of these events and the fact that I don't like being under 50%. And I've had many people criticize me like, oh, you make a big deal about the stability. It's not that big of a deal. These events are nasty, man. You lose like everything from them, unless you just say this will blow over, in which case they get worse. So if you do these, then you can see that you get completely emptied out of your political power. And it doesn't really give you a lot of stability to try and fix the problem. So you can find yourselves in this spiral where you need political power to increase stability, but you can't get it up because you have to spend it on these events. And so it's a bad penalty, man. You should not be below 50% stability, and that's what I find. So that's the reason why I do get concerned about that, is because of those nasty events. And everybody acts like they never see them, which is strange. Everybody's like, oh, I never had those events fire. Well, they fucking fire for me. Like every goddamn time I drop below 50%, eventually they fire. So that's the reason why I don't like being below that level of stability. I almost want to not have the Red Army even have a front so that we don't have to manage them in that way. And then let's have these guys. We're just going to spread them out a little bit. Doesn't really matter how many divisions, you know, attack forward, frankly. Oops. Looks like I sent all of those guys. Didn't want to do that. Send these guys over here. And just continue pushing forward, getting this territory. And yeah, they're going all the way over there. And just try and go quickly. Make sure that at all times our divisions are pushing forward. So we will kind of pause it or whatever, so we're not, you know, wasting time here. Because the AI will just kind of sit there. Now we could put them on aggressive so they go faster. You know, they'll care a little bit less about it. But I'll probably forget to take them off of it. And let's go and get these factories assigned, then we'll keep on moving our divisions. So we still need to update a lot of equipment there. I feel like the plane situation is what we should really be focusing on, though. And we are now short on aluminum. Also, I didn't put the planes in the sky. We probably should do that now that we have moved over here. And I think we want to move all 600 of those. Or what we could do is have one of these fighter wings over here. And they still set to training? Yeah, they're still set to training. And then have them... I wonder why they're not able to... cover either one of these zones. Like they'll be right there. That's strange. They can only cover this zone. Okay. I'm not sure why. It's saying they don't have the range to cover the zones right next to them, but whatever. Let's send these guys here. All right. Also, we should make sure that our naval bombers are in the sky where we want them. So we're going to have these guys here doing naval strikes now that we're at war with the Americans. And then these guys really don't have high numbers here. I think we'll just have them fly overhead, even though they might not even do it unless I keep them on no retreat. Yeah, we'll have to do that. They can bomb any ships that we find there. So we'll see if we have any success on bombing those. We should put our ships back in. We don't need these here anymore. So let's just go and have these guys stop and return home. They'll just get sunk if they run into any enemy fleets. These guys, though, on the other hand, we're going to be changing them up. We're going to take them off patrol, and we're going to be having them do some convoy raiding. We're going to want to split them up. Frankly, we don't need them to look like this. And how many do we want to do for each one? Let's do 3 for now, and then we'll probably get them up to 5 eventually. This allows them to cover more zones, be in more places at once. And then I did mean to make these guys into a submarine, but we did not. So let's go ahead and do that with all of them. Not that it's that important, but it is important. You've got to have the right icons, man. And then we're going to be ending the episode because we are actually over what I had planned on doing already. And this is going to make it take longer to get it up, unfortunately, to get it up to YouTube. We'll actually finish assigning these guys later. I'll change the color and all that stuff. We do need to end the episode here, guys. We'll change the color. We'll get them assigned to all the areas we want them to be doing convoy raiding. And we'll get these Red Army troops, moving ahead. We could put the AI in control of this as well, I suppose. But, yeah, I'll just manually control them. It gives me something to do. But it feels like, yeah, I don't know what the Americans are doing, man. So our big American conflict is going to be super easy, apparently. Because they're not fighting. They're not defending their territory. We'll see what happens in the next episode. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next episode. And thanks for watching.